Good morning, everyone. I am Julian Arcolango, and my topic is all about literature during the period of imitation. So, in this period, um, this this period is under in American period wherein Filipino writers imitate the American and English writers. So, from the word imitation, period of imitation in year 1910 and 1924, so it was characterized by the Filipino writers imitating the American and English writers. So, UP College, FOU, the school publication of University of the Philippines, published literary compositions in English written by the pioneers in English poetry, essays, and short stories. So there are lots of poets, essay writers, and short stories that under in this period. But then I will be going to discuss about the works of Marcelo de Gracia Concepcion. So, but before that, let us take a look about the biography of Marcelo de Gracia Concepcion. So, he was listed on the staff of the Three Stars as an editor in 1931. He was the first Filipino poet to have his collected poems published as a book in the U.S., published in 1925 by J.P. Putnam's Sons. The book was entitled Azucena. So, he was also a romantic poet whose greatest influences he wrote were Edgar Allan Poe, Rabindranath Tagore, and Lafcadio Hearn. So, he was considered as the only genuine Filipino poet and the first to publish a book of poems in America. A book of poems entitled Azucena. It was named after a lily found in the Philippines. It was published in 1925 by the G.P. Putnam Sons. Take note that the Azucena is a first book of poetry by a Filipino written in English. So, one of the poems that was written by Marcelo de Gracia Concepcion was about the Benguet Hills. Okay, so the title of this poem is Silent Trails by Marcelo de Gracia Concepcion. So, Robert Jackson Bennett once said in his novel City of Blades, lonely places draw lonely people. So in this poem, it was portrayed that the Benguet Hills is a place of silence. Okay, so Silent Trails, it is a type of lyric poem wherein there is a description or an expository in nature from the phrase silent are the trails of Benguet Hills, where the poet Marcelo de Gracia Concepcion is concerned mainly with presenting a scene in words, also conveying sensory richness of the subject or the revelation of ideas or emotions. So, if we define the word silence, it is the absence of sounds but the presence of quietness and tranquility. So, in a statement of Robert Jackson Bennett, a lonely places draw a lonely people. So, can we say that Benguet Hills is one place that makes people lonely? Or does this mean that people in Benguet Hills are lonely in general? So, when you are across the path of Benguet Hills during daybreak, The atmosphere is silent. What you can hear is the sound of nature, just like the sound of wind that makes the ferns move, the echo of the striking bamboos, and the popcorns played by the Benguet women. So, above all, this tranquility and silence is the beauty of the Benguet Hills. Okay, so before we proceed to the poem itself, so allow me to introduce to you the unfamiliar words or some vocabularies that wasn't not familiar to you. So when you say Paco, it's a musical instrument in Benguet played by the women. So when you say Ravine, it is a deep or narrow gorging with step slides or step sides. So when you say cadence, a recurrent rhythmical series. And when you say Laden, feel or place a load on. And the veils also to obscure or to conceal. Also when you say steers, to move slightly. Okay, so Silent Trails by Marcelo de Concepcion. Silent are the trails of Benguet Hills. When the mist steals the sun, even the wind steals the ferns, and the bamboo breaks sing their echoed murmurs. And the laden Benguet women pass, beating their pockles in cadence monotones. Even so, these trails are lonely and deep are the ravines and higher still the skies. So, what do you feel? What did you feel after reading the poem? So, talks, what poems is all about? Okay, so the poem was all about the silent atmosphere of Benguet Hills because Benguet Hills are high, so it describes that it's foggy, and because of this you can only hear the music that is produced by the nature of Benguet Hills. Okay, so like the movement of ferns caused by the wind, the echoes of winding bamboos, and the sound of the buckles that the women beat as they passed by the trails. So it also tells about the beautiful nature you can find as you walk along the trails of Benguet Hills. So how about the other meaning of the poem or the deep meaning of the poem Silent Trails? So the poem expresses that the lonely atmosphere of Benguet Hills is the same as lonely person. Okay, so why is it the deep meaning of the poem expresses that the lonely atmosphere of Benguet Hills is the same as a lonely person? It's because a person who is lonely is always silent, just like the Benguet Hills was described in the poem. As we go deeper in the hills, we discover new things, just like when we find out a lonely person's thought. So we discover the true feelings, emotions, and thoughts that they are keeping because they do not have anyone to share them with. So, okay, so what do you think is the literal meaning of the poem? As what I said earlier, the poem tells about silent atmosphere of Benguet Hills, and because you can only hear the music or sounds that is produced by its nature. So next is how about the deep meaning of the poem. So yes, it expresses the um, expresses that the lonely atmosphere of Ingot Hills is the same as a lonely person. What do you think is the purpose or um, is the purpose of the poet Marcelo de Garcia Concepcion wrote this poem? So since he is writing poems or short stories that is concerned mainly in presenting um, scene in words, conveying sensory richness of his subject, and also revelation of ideas or emotions. So he wrote this poem to compare the nature of the Benguet Hills to a lonely person, in which it talks about emotions, ideas, senses, yes, and maybe the poet has an experience. That's why he wrote this poem entitled Silent Trails. So that would be all my topic, and I hope you gain from me. So before this discussion will end, so I have here the vocabularies that you need to remember. So yes, that's it. So thank you and have a wonderful day, everyone. So God bless.